Good evening, viewers. This is Dr. Manmohan Mania, structural advisor. Uh, Behind me on the TV screen, you can see a multi-story tower in three-dimensional view and plan view. You can see the building is oscillating. If you look at the plan view, this is the global X direction. If you look at my cursor, this is the global X direction, and this is the global Y direction. And if you look in this 3D view, this is the X direction, this is the Y direction, and the structure is oscillating in the Y direction. So this is the first mode in Y direction. This is the fundamental mode of oscillation of this structure in Y direction. This is a translational mode. If you see, you can see a very small amount of torsional coupling is there, but practically a small amount of coupling may be there, observed there. So in this today's tutorial, our topic today is to calculate this fundamental translational time period of this type of multi-story towers, shear wall building, using the formula given in IS 1893-2016. So let us go to the code clause, what it mentioned there. So basically this 7.6, this is the point. This is about equivalent static method. We can calculate this time period analytically as we have done in here. This analytical model is showing me the period as 2.11 seconds. However, this is an analytical model. Many of actual stiffnesses contributing to the real stiffness of structure, they are not counted here completely, and the real stiffness of the structure is higher than what is predicted in this analytical model. So to overcome this limitation, generally all regulatory seismic codes, they provide empirical formulas based on earlier observations and the statistically concluding out of that, and they provide the formula for different type of structures. So let us go back to 1893-2016. And anyway, if the dynamic analysis is not done, only static method is used, then also this empirical formula is required. And even if dynamic analysis is done and the time period is calculated analytically, then also the time period from this empirical formula also need to be checked, and all the base shear need to be scaled up in that proportion. So calculation of this formula is a very important step. 0.075 h to 0.75 divided by under root AW, and this formula need to be more than 0.09 h under root D. If I don't look at this term, if I eliminate this term, then this become the formula given in part A. If I look at this, this is given formula for part C. This is the shortest time period, and if I don't consider this, this is the largest time period empirical, and this formula we try to assess depending on the stiffnesses of shear walls available there, we calculate. However, this TA cannot be larger than this, or it cannot be smaller than this. In the earlier version of code, only this formula was given. However, if you look at this formula, you will notice there is only H and D term. H is the height of the building, and D is the lateral dimension of the building in the direction of earthquake we are considering. So there is no consideration given to the actual shear walls present in that direction. And if you see, if the dimension goes on increasing in one direction, then this time period used to come out very short. And because the time period is very short, if you look at the response spectrum, as your time period is reduced, your spectral acceleration goes on increasing and your seismic forces also goes on increasing. So in this formula here, a judicious weightage of the shear walls need to be considered. So what are these terms? What is AW? AW is the total effective area in meter square of walls in the first story of the building. And how it is given? So this AW is the summation of the term AWI into bracket 0.2 plus LWI by H bracket square. This bracket is completed and this bracket is completed. This is the summation for all walls in that direction. AWI is the area of that particular wall. So for example, if I open up the drawing, if I look at this wall, then AWI is 200 into 2400. This is the AWI. What is LWI? LWI is 2400. This formula is given in this way when the code was released. However, regarding this square, there was one amendment given. And if you see in this amendment published, this square is taken out of the bracket. So then this is AWI, this bracket 0.2 plus LWI H and this whole bracket square. This is the latest amendment, so we will follow this formula for our calculations. And however, we will see also that what is the effect happening if we look in a way of previous formula, older that without amendment, the formula given there. So coming back to the code, one more thing you can see here, this AW term, this term represents the contribution of the stiffnesses by shear wall in terms of total effective area. So if I don't consider it at all, then I am going to this formula which will give me highest time period. And anyway, if I am considering this, the time period should not be shorter than given by this formula. So let us look at the plan, some simple plan I will show you. In this plan you can see here, this is the building. So there are number of walls, these are in Y direction, there are number of walls in X direction. And then one more Excel sheet is prepared for the same. So let us look at this Excel sheet. So the formula is given here, this square term is kept out of the bracket and then this will be the TA out of this. This is the for AWI. So height of the building is 49.1 meter. The X dimension at the base is 43.55 meters and Y direction is 32.97. So let us calculate in Y direction sum of the walls. So if you see, length of the wall, breadth of the wall is given and then this AWI is the product of these two, that is this. Now if you look at this term AWI 0.2 LWI by H, this both included and then the bracket square, this is calculated here. So let us look at one sample wall, say in Y direction 2.85 wall, we will look at one wall. So you look at this, its length is 2850 and breadth is 250 at the first story. So You can check it here. The length is 2.85, it is given in meters. 0.25 is the breadth. So this is the area of that wall, and this AWI term, the contribution of this wall is calculated here. So in the same way, whatever number of walls are there, for all walls these terms are calculated. Now summation of this term over all these walls will give you this AW term. So TA will be 0.075 h to the power 0.75 under root AW. So far so good. This is a simple exercise. I have taken this, walls are there. So in this plan I can demarcate all walls in y direction. So this is a wall, this is the wall, this is the wall. Now for such type of walls, the stiffness contribution in y direction I am counting like this. So this length is 1200, width is 250. This way I am considering it in y direction. So there can be a number of such walls, a bit depends. So this way all walls in y directions are marked, their lengths are marked, their areas are marked, and they are input in this Excel sheet, and then we get the time period in that direction. Just as a this is so far so good, fine, but what many times people discuss about the formula before amendment and formula after amendment. So as a quick exercise, I have marked this formula here by keeping that term, square term, out of this thing. This term was out of bracket, so earlier it was inside bracket, so let us take it inside bracket. Now what happened here? Here this square is taken inside. So I have just quickly calculated AWI for each wall, and then the summation is taken. You got AW, and the time period is coming as 0.59. Now if you look at the time period by formula C, 0.098, it is coming at 0.769. So your code restricts that the formula obtained from this formula should be more than this. So if the term is out of bracket, then this whole exercise, after doing this exercise, what time period you get, it is lower than this lower bound to your time period. So this is 0.76. This is as per you can say earlier code formula, or this is for any type of building formula. So you can't get any advantage. So whatever you will calculate here, your time period is coming much less. Your structure is with this formula is appearing to be more stiffness, and this we have checked for n number of towers, and we have noticed that if the square term is kept within the bracket, then these TA figures, they come in almost all cases less than TA by this term, and then your whole this exercise is meaningless. The formula is not calculating in proportion of the shear walls. It is giving you a value of time period which is shorter than the lower bound of time period. So far so good. This is okay if your building is like this. Like if you see all these walls, they are orthogonal, they are matching with the global principal axis of the building. Sometimes there are buildings like this where you can get a wall along X direction, wall along Y direction, or there are walls which are inclined in this direction. Exercise become a bit more tedious here. Here when I am considering say Y direction, then I will have to look at contribution of this wall area in this direction. In the same way I will have to look at its length. So I will need to notice this angle, and depending on this angle I can take the trigonometrically the term there, and I can calculate. So if you look at this sheet here, here we are mentioning the angle of inclination and we are providing the correction to this. So basically if you look, this is the length, this is the breadth. So this length and breadth, so AWI you have multiplied with the cos and sine terms, and then you got AWI term here. Same way, if I want to calculate the length here, you will notice that the length is also accordingly adjusted. So this way, for a building where non-orthogonal type of buildings are there, you can consider. So this way you can calculate the time period mentioned in 6. This way you can calculate your time period in given clause number 7.6.2b of the code. So hope this tutorial is helpful to you. If you like it, please like, share and subscribe it. Thank you very much.